The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 367 of a daily deck review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is Casey's Playing Cards Classic Back Edition. So with no further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. Well, these are still fully sealed in that cellophane, but before we start, I'm going to mention this is the back of the tuck box here. As you can see, tell with that little thumb kind of notch there. But on the other side, it's a little more unique. But before we open the cellophane, we flip it over, and here on here, there's a little bit of like a cardboard kind of like thing on the cellophane, which is like you don't really see. It's kind of more unique, and it says Casey's Playing Cards, first edition, printing 2023. So they're from 2023, and I got number 416 of 750 there, so they're limited to 750. It's casino stock, feather finish, 310 GSM, German black core paper, linen finish, oil-based varnish. And now, we'll crack that cellophane. Okay, now we're back. As you can see, here it's in like a semi-gloss finish. As you can see, it's like a brown kind of semi-gloss, more like a satin kind of finish, with some glossy and metallic accents on the tuck box. So it says Casey's Playing Cards. You got the pink, kind of metallic or foiling kind of flamingo there. It says classic back. And you kind of got like a grass, kind of like a leafy kind of design there in that glossy finish. On one side it says casino stock. You got this club and the heart there. And they're embossed. You can feel the texture of it. Other side says feather finish with the diamond and the spade there, also embossed. And on the bottom, you got a little QR code. And it says Casey's Playing Cards version 1. And it says 03-2023. And it has that 310 GSM German black core paper, and then you got the website ericcasey.com there. And on the back, well, technically the front of the tuck box there, got a little sneak peek of that back design. And then on top it says Casey's Playing Cards there. And if we open it up on the tuck flap there, it says designed in Jacksonville, Florida. Little flamingo design there. And on the inner tuck flap, you just got that design that kind of wraps around the tuck box. Now take the cards out of the box. And, oh, one of the cards is a little stuck. That's not good. There's a little kind of glue residue on the inside there. On the inside of the tuck box is just plain white, except for a little number 8 there at the stamped at the bottom. Other than that, it's just a standard white interior there. Nothing too crazy or fancy going on inside there. Now that we took a look at the tuck box, time to take a look at the cards. And first we'll start with the back design. So let me just get these extra cards out of the way for now. And here we have the back design here. It's a brown and green with a little bit of pink color background. So you got this little circle design in the middle. Then you got the mirrored flamingos there. So it's a mirrored back design, standard white border. Then you got those flamingos. And then you kind of just got a leafy kind of green kind of pattern and design there. And it is mirrored, so if you flip it over, same design in both directions. And you can see that is not the normal like USPCC stock, because it said it's made in Germany or something there. So it has that kind of different stock and finish. Now for the cards you get with the deck. And here we start with, I guess, the first card here. It's a little gaff card. You got a 3 of diamonds on one side, and the other side has that jack of spades. And then we have the double backer of the back design there. And there's no jokers yet. There might be some in the deck somewhere. But first, we're starting with the ace of clubs. Usually we start with the spades, but in this case, we're starting with the ace of clubs there. And that custom ace of clubs there. There, the custom club design there, with the little leaves and the flamingo in the middle there. And then some of the cards, once again, has like you got like a solid black spade, like the solid spade, then you got the custom designed spade. So some of the cards have like the custom spade there, and then club. Some of them have the custom club, and then the rest of them are just solid. That goes throughout the rest of the clubs there. It's pretty much a standard club design. And we got the Jack, Queen, King of clubs, and they are pretty standard there. Just in a swap color, so got that kind of like tan and brown kind of colorway to it. And they have a little bit of like a leaf kind of pattern in the corners there behind them. We get to that custom Ace of Diamonds. There you got, it has that kind of like white kind of diamond in the middle there with the flamingo, and then the leaves around it, and the bigger diamond behind it. And then it has the same kind of design, one solid pip, and then one custom pip. That goes throughout the rest of the diamonds as well. And then the club Jack, Queen, King standard, just in that swap color was the tan and the brown colorway. And then the hearts are the same. There's the custom design there was that kind of like this hollow kind of heart with the little leaves on there and the flamingo. And then the same design, once again, same kind of idea for the rest of the hearts. And they're pretty standard looking hearts. Once again, the court cards standard, just in the swapped colorway. And now onto the spades. Here we got the custom Ace of Spades, slightly more custom than the other 3 spades, but similar to design, like the flamingo in the middle and the leaves around it. What says Casey's playing cards. Long live the flamingo. And then you got that same design with the solid and the custom one there. They're all the way throughout the spades. The court cards, Jack, Queen, King, pretty standard, once again, like similar. There's just a swap colorway, standard design. And lastly, the last 2 cards in the deck are the 2 jokers there. It says Joker in each corner, and then it says Joker just above the flamingo with sunglasses on. But now that we took a look at the cards, let's test the handling. And these will handle a little different than your normal standard USPCC stock and finish. So first we'll start with the springs. Well, the springs seem to be pretty smooth there, no real issues. You can definitely tell the cards are a different stock and finish, just the way the edges feel and like they're a little bit more glossy to it. And it's definitely a stiffer kind of stock straight out of the box. They'll probably break it and get a little bit like looser and more flexible over time. But straight out of the box, they'll definitely have a little bit of a thickness to it. And the cards are definitely a lightly thicker stock to it. But still some pretty nice springs. Just gotta put a little bit more pressure into those springs. And now time for the fans. Well, as you can see, they spread pretty nicely. They're slightly on the they might have a little bit of stickiness, but you just gotta break them in, probably. It's not like too bad though. They still spread pretty evenly. You can see most of the pips. And numbers. Now time for the Pharaoh. Wasn't a bad Pharaoh, but I definitely had to push the cards together to get them to weave together. Now for a giant fan of the faces. Now time for that reverse Pharaoh. And the reverse Pharaoh is a little bit more even worse because I definitely have to push them together to get them to interlock and weave. Now for a giant fan of that back design. And now time for the riffle shuffle or bridge shuffle. Well, pretty nice riffle based off that first one. Definitely a thick kind of riffle or bridge to it, because when you try to bend them, they feel really thick and stiff. But it makes for some good riffles though. And a nice bridge there though. Nice and smooth, so no issues with the wiggle shuffles or bridge shuffles. Now on to a few packet cuts. And I know most packet cuts like they are pretty much the same for like every deck. And just the cards might feel slightly different. And some cards will slightly pack it better than others, and some will be a little bit more slippery. But for most decks, they're pretty much the same. But I like to do the packet cuts just so you can see what the cards look like when you like doing a little bit of like packet cut or cardistry kind of moves to it. There. I would say they're pretty good packet cuts. There, so no real difference there. Average packet cuts. Now for that one-handed cut or surely a cut. Now time for the dribble. Not bad dribbles. The cards are just a little bit stiffer, but they're still pretty nice dribbles. You definitely have the more grip with the back design up, and the less grip with the faces up. But now time for that spread fan. And lastly, spread the cards on the table. Like I say, it's a pretty nice deck. You got that nice kind of back design there, like the brown and green colorway with the little touch of the pink flamingos to add a little bit of splash of color there, which is pretty nice. You don't see too many flamingo decks out there, so pretty nice there. And then for the faces, they're standard but also custom at the same time, because while at least one of the pips on the cards there are the custom one, and the rest of them are pretty standard solid pips there. And the core cards are just recolors there with a little bit of stuff in the background there, nothing too crazy. And then all the aces, another deck with that has all the custom aces. All the aces are custom, which you like to see, because most of the time they're just like the only custom ace would be the spade, but in this case it's all four of them. Very nice. So all pretty decent design. Nothing like too crazy, but it's pretty nice though. And then for the handling, these are different stock and finish than like say your normal USPCC, because it says German black core paper, so it's definitely a different stock, and you can definitely tell just by the way they feel and and how the thickness of them. But they still handle pretty nicely. Definitely not like it's like incredibly smooth or anything, but it's not bad. Like you definitely got to get used to it if you like if you're just used to like USPCC or something or a Legend or something, then this will definitely be a different kind of feel to you. But then that's not like terrible. But it's not something I would be using all the time, unless that's all I had like access to is this kind of. Then it would be okay. But it's not bad because they're still super smooth though, pretty smooth though. So, but anyways, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. This has been day 200 and no, this has been day 367 of your daily deck review. This has been the Casey's Playing Cards, and I'm the Canadian Card Collector signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.